What's going on, guys? Welcome to the fourth training out of 5. And so in today's training, this is going to unlock the number one secret that I use to go from $2,400 a month to $3,700 a month, and to go from $3,700 a month to over $5,000 a month. So if you want to know the secret, what I would like to submit to you today is that if you create what's called an offer, instead of just selling beats, it'll give you so much more leverage and the ability to sell your beats for a much higher price to more artists and make more money. And so this changed the game for me. This changed everything for me. And so if you don't know what an offer is, it's something that's more than beats, that solves a problem for the artist. And so this could be a lot of different things, but you have to think very long and very hard about what the artist's problem is. And so if you think longer and harder about their problem than they have, then they'll see the value in that and they'll be open to buying. And so let me illustrate this with a story for you guys. So if you know anything about my story, I quit my job in 2020 during a global pandemic to sell beats online. And so even though in my first month I made $2,400, I was able to pay my rent, I was doing well. The first thing that I want to let you guys know about is that I had to sell around 50 beats per month for $50 in order to pay my bills and have a little bit left over in the bank account. And so while that's good, I was able to make a decent amount of money off of beats. I was still stalling out and I wasn't able to make the amount of income I wanted to, or even increase my income ceiling, simply because I'd run out of hours to work. And so I didn't have enough hours in the day. So if I'm working 12 hours a day and I'm making $100 a day, if I want to make $200 a day, I'd have to work 24 hours. And that's just not possible. I have to sleep, I have to eat, I have to do all the things that humans need to do. And so if you want to increase your income and you've run out of time, you have to use different offer creation strategies. And so that's what I'm going to walk you through. And so let me read off just a few things that might be included in an offer that an artist might find valuable, other than just simply selling beat licenses. So the first one, finding a personal producer who makes premium quality beats. And so that's an offer that a lot of people don't even think about. It's like, yeah, you might say, hey, I offer custom beats, but you're not saying, hey, I want to be your personal producer. Those are two completely different things. Somebody might just want a custom beat, but somebody else might be fed up with the online beat selling game and they simply want a go-to producer that they can go to create beats for them and only them. And so that's something to think about. Second one I want to run by you. I have 7 on here. I'm only going to include 3. So the second one is getting their song produced, but not only produced, but also mixed and mastered. And so a lot of people think you have to go and mix and master the beat you have to mix and master the entire song for them. But what I would tell you to do is just outsource it, pay a mixing and mastering engineer their fee, and that way you can profit off of this and still offer them a very valuable service without adding any additional work. So the third offer that I want to talk about is getting a custom beat, but not only a custom beat, they also are getting live virtual sessions. So you're actually making the beat live for them. So those are some examples of large problems that you can charge a large amount for. You can see there, those are different solutions you can offer the artist. And so if you offer something like that and it hits and it connects with the artist, then they're going to say like, wow, I appreciate you thinking about this and offering it to me, because I've been thinking about this for a while, but I had no idea of how I can find a producer that does this, or a producer that makes the kind of beats that I actually want, that offers this. And so that's something to think about. It's like a lot of producers aren't doing that. And so if you are making an offer that solves a problem for the artist, instead of just fattening your bank accounts, you're actually allowing them to be more successful at making music, then that's going to sell very easily. So whenever it comes to actually selling your offer, then a lot of people think that it's just that actual offer creation that creates the offer, but there's a little bit more to it, and those are in the form of bonuses and guarantees. And so if you're selling a exclusive beat to the artist and you're offering something like free artwork with it, yeah, that's an offer. But let's say you wanted to offer a bulk deal so that the more beats they buy, the better discount they get. And so that might be appealing to the artist as well. Those are some bonuses that you can throw in, maybe additional beats, additional mixing and masters, or artwork or visuals, or whatever you have to offer to the artist. So that would be an idea of what a bonus would be, something additional that you add onto the offer. And you also want to include guarantees. And so when somebody spends a large amount of money, they want to guarantee that they're not wasting their money. It doesn't have to be something like a money back guarantee necessarily. One example of a guarantee I used was somebody was getting onto a payment plan, but they were afraid that it would affect their credit score by getting onto the certain payment plan that I provided. So the guarantee that I offered her was, if it affects your credit score in any way, just let me know. You can keep the beats and I'll still refund you all of your money. So that would be an example of a guarantee that you can just go and introduce on the spot to somebody that solves that specific problem that they're going through. And so if you get to the end of a sales call, or you get to the end of selling to the artist and they have more questions for you, that simply means that you didn't address their concerns. And so if they have an objection to buying from you, it simply means that you're not communicating properly. And so this is something that I love that one of my mentors said to me. They said that the biggest mistake that happens in communication is assuming that it happened. And so if you're trying to sell more beats, then you have to make sure you communicate very thoroughly what your offer is. And so there's offer creation and then there's offer presentation. And so this is what I'm going to end with today. The way that you present your offer is why people buy. So you have something to buy, you have something that's very helpful to the artist, but the way you present it is the reason why they would be interested. And so if I present something in the most complicated way possible, it's going to be very, very difficult for the artist to understand and comprehend how that offer can specifically help them. And so instead of focusing on the different parts and pieces of your offer, what you need to focus on is their payoff. And so if you focus on what pays off for them and you simply present that in the most simplest way possible, then the artist is going to understand what the offer is. And they're simply, if they have funds available, they're simply going to buy from you. And so selling is obviously very, very complex. It involves a lot of psychology, and that's going to be in the second video tomorrow that's going to share more solutions for you in order to sell beats. So I hope that blew your mind in terms of like, wow, I can offer other things other than just beats, and I can present it as one thing. I don't have to sell it in a bunch of different pieces. You can just present it as one offer to the artist and sell it for a large sum of money. We're talking $500, $1,000 for something like that. And so if you're interested in doing that, you're like, wow, like I need to know more about how can I apply this into my business? How can I go from where I am, whether it's $0 a month or $250 a month, or whether you're at $1,000 a month and you want to scale this into a full-time business. I've helped more than 15 producers to do things like that, to go from 0 to 1,000 and to go from 1,000 to 2,000, to go from 2,000 to 3,000 and to go from 3,000 to 4,000. So I've helped multiple producers to do this. And so I'll just include a couple of results that I had from students of mine. So Teaser went from 0 to 200 a month just from watching my YouTube videos. Then he reached out to me and we started doing some one-on-one coaching consultations. And then he went from 200 to 4,000 a month plus. And that was all in the span of about 3 months or so. And so you have to think about like how quick that transformation is. And that's way more than just doubling your business or tripling your business. That's exponentially different. And so I also want to talk about another producer I helped named Teaser. And so he's an amazing producer. And when he reached out to me, he only had one viral beat on YouTube. It was making him $800 a month. And he told me, I don't want this to be my only stream of revenue. I want to have more control over it. And so we started doing coaching, and he went from $800 a month. And think about this. He had no prior experience with sending direct messages. And so we went from $800 a month to $2,700 a month. And we really got to over $3,000 in that month. But let's call it $2,700. And we did that all within 45 days. And so it's a very, very quick turnaround. So if your beats are there, if you're making amazing beats and you're like, hey, I want to scale this up, I simply don't know how to sell the amazing product that I have to offer to the right artists. I don't know how to package this offer specifically to help artists. And so you can use the tips in this video, but what I also want to offer you is one-on-one coaching, one-on-one mentorship, so that you can avoid all of the potholes that I fell into over a period of 5 years, and you can scale up your business within 5 months or 5 weeks. And so you can go and compress that time frame so that you can reach your goals quicker, because what is the biggest cost that's hurting us right now as producers? And it's not something like taxes. A lot of people think it's either taxes or maybe it's the cost of your vehicle or maybe it's the cost of your rent. Think that those are the three biggest things that we're paying for right now. But what I want to tell you about is a fourth thing that's much bigger than all of those. And that is the cost of not knowing how to make $4,000 to $5,000 a month from your beats. And so if you add that up over the course of time, you're literally throwing away $48,000 to $60,000 a year because we're just ignorant of not knowing how to do it. And so if you're wanting to scale your business up to $4,000 or $5,000 a month and you don't know how to do it, what I want to give you the opportunity to do is to get one-on-one coaching from me and stop wasting your time, which you can't get back. And you can spend some money with me and exponentially get that back in 10 times the amount over the course of the year. And then you paid me one time and you get to profit off of this process for the rest of your life, essentially. Right? So if you're interested in doing that, I'm not trying to help every producer, and just realize that if you're like, hey, that's not me, then I'm not actually talking to you. And so I mean that in the best way possible. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to work with serious producers who know that they're sitting on top of a gold mine. They know that they're making amazing beats, and the only thing they need is the right process, the right philosophies, and the right strategies and tactics in order to scale their business up. So if you're looking to get what Manic and Teaser got, and I've helped so many other producers like Dagger, I've helped Red John, I've helped Grandtastic Beats, I've helped John Diamond, I've helped so many other producers to do this. And so if you want to make multiple thousands of dollars a month, not just a couple hundred extra dollars, I'm talking about a couple thousand extra dollars in your bank account in the next 60 to 90 days, then all that you need to do is say like, hey, I'm serious about this and I want to be one of the producers you work with. So I'm only working with 5 producers per month. So if you want to be one of 5 producers that I work with this month and we lock in and I take it seriously and I help you to scale your business up, then what you can do is you can apply for coaching with me. You can apply for one of those 5 slots. And so what I provided below is a link. You can go and click on it. You fill out about 5 questions. It's going to take you about 3 minutes to do that. And so once you fill that out, it's going to give you the opportunity to book a call with me. We'll sit down and we'll have a strategy call, and I will go and lay out how I can take you from where you're at right now, whether that's 0 to 1,000 or 1,000 plus, wherever you're at right now, and we're going to double or triple your business in the next 90 days. And so I'm going to lay it out very logically. I don't play with your emotions at all. I want to make sure that you know that I would take care of you and make sure that you learn all of this information and that you can actually apply it in your business. And so I don't want to feed you guys and just give you guys a fish. I don't want to just give you a tactic. I want to teach you principles and strategies so that I can teach you how to fish for yourself. And you can go and take this, make it your own, and then process it into your business so that you can make multiple thousands of dollars a month. And so if you're one of those 5 producers and you want to apply for that, I promise you this is not being sent out to a few producers at a time. There's over 1,000 producers seeing this right now. So if you want to be one of those 5, I would love to sit down, chop it up with you, and see if we can make that happen and move forward with it. So make sure you go and fill out that application before slots run out and that type of thing. So I'm not going to use any kind of timer, no sense of urgency there. But if you take that to heart and you think that that's for you, then definitely go and apply for it. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. And it's definitely not high pressure sales or anything like that. I'm simply going to go and lay out how I can help you from A to Z. And if you think that that sounds good, we can move forward. If not, then no pressure. So thanks for watching this training. I have one more free training for you guys tomorrow. It's going to be at the same time. So I'm really excited to share the second secret with you that's going to explode your business. So super excited for that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.